Hey, what's up, everyone? Robert here, and I got introduce yourself,
This is Carlos from El Paso.
Carlos from El Paso, Texas, and tell everyone what your business is, what you're doing.
I'm a locksmith
So he's a locksmith, and how did you find me?
through YouTube ad, actually.
Okay, and then through your locksmith work, what were you using to accept payments before you and I met?
Square.
And was there anything you didn't like about that when you were using it?
Yeah, the fees were pretty high.
Uh-huh.
Square, and then I was also having issues connecting the reader to my phone. It would happen a lot. It
Uh-huh.
wouldn't connect, and I would have to do it manually. And if you enter it manually, you actually pay higher fees.
Oh yeah, for sure. And they don't tell you. They fail to tell you that. And
They don't tell you that, but
yeah.
it's there. It's significantly higher when you enter it manually.
And tell people about the struggle of when you were trying to connect it. Like, how does that feel in front of the customer when you're trying to get out of there and you're done with the job?
Yeah, it's just kind of annoying when the Bluetooth won't connect, it won't pair. You got to unpair it, pair it back, and just to save time, I just would just do the manual, and I'm not having to pay that extra. I think it's almost 4% for entering a manual.
Yeah, somewhere around there, plus the transaction fee. And then how much did you end up paying when you switched to our service?
Zero.
Awesome. Tell the other locksmiths that are watching right now, what was the one thing that we did for you that just added all this free money for with you not having to do any extra work?
The tip feature, I would just hand them the machine and have them do it. The tip feature comes out. And a lot of times, you only get 5%, but a couple of times, I got a couple of big ones. I got a couple of ones that are $100 tip and $50 tips or on a regular basis. So, yeah, like you said, free money. Even if it's 5%, it's still free money.
Right. So what he's talking about for you other locksmiths out there that are watching right now. So the machine that we gave them, you don't happen to have it in front of you, do you? Or
It's in
laying
my
around?
car.
Oh,
I have
okay.
it
That's
in the car.
cool. But it's one of these machines. And so on the screen, the tip would come up and we put it at 5, 10, 15, and 20%. Was it? What was the highest we put up?
20.
Okay. Yeah, so we started it off at 5 because locksmith jobs are pretty big jobs. Some of the jobs are a couple $100 and people aren't going to leave a 20% tip, but sometimes they did, you know.
Sometimes, yeah,
And
a couple of times.
just the fact of having it there at the time of checkout and where they could see it on the screen when it's time to do the payment, you didn't have to ask for anything. It's just there on the screen.
It's just there on the screen. Most of the time, they'll just do like 5 just to put something there.
Uh-huh.
But other times, they would stay like, what do I want to do? And I'm like, if you don't want to leave a tip, it's okay. But I would
Uh-huh.
wait for them to like freeze and
Uh-huh.
be like, no, I don't want to leave a tip. Then I would just be like, all right, just hit okay, and then it sticks.
Yeah. And so like what was the biggest tip you made that you can remember off the top of your head?
I don't remember. I think it was about 100, somewhere around there.
Uh-huh.
And I think I had like 2 or 3 jobs in a row where I think on one weekend I made about 200-300 bucks. No, about 2 to 220,
Uh-huh.
just on like 3 4 jobs, just extra on tips.
Wow. That's awesome, man.
It
And
happens.
then how much did you pay for the machine?
Zero.
And so tell us about what you liked about this machine versus the square that you were using. Like, how did that solve the problem and everything and make your life easier?
So it does pair also with your phone, and it once you turn it on, the battery lasts a long time, so you can turn it on once during the day. There's also a lot of people do like the paper receipts.
Yeah.
So a lot of people do like the fact that they can sign the receipt and then they get a copy, you get a copy. So a lot of people still want paper receipts. Obviously with Square, it's through a text message, or I
Or
think you can
email.
or email it. But a lot
Yeah.
of people still like actual printed receipt, and it was just easy. And like I said, you just hand them the machine, let them do the credit card part. Tip portion will come out,
Yep.
and even if they only give you 5%, it's still 5%. It's better than what you were getting before, which is probably zero.
Right. It's free money without you having to open another lock or, change another door handle or something that you just got for nothing.
Exactly. They already don't want to pay you what they're paying you. So, but if you do a good job and you make a good friend with them, you get a little extra cash there.
Right. And some people were happy to give you a tip. I remember you telling me some stories like when we first started it, because you were kind of hesitant at first, but then once you started, you're like, Man, I'm like,
Yeah, at first, yeah, I didn't really want to like ask because we were already charging a lot.
awesome. And for the guys that are watching that may have questions or like are doubting this, like not paying the fees anymore, like that saved you a lot of money from what you were giving out every month. That's just besides the tips that we gave you, we also gave you back the money that you were paying for the fees every month. So, that helped a lot for your business.
But on the machine, there's two prices. There's the cash
Uh-huh.
price and the credit card price. Most businesses are doing this now, so it's not
Yeah.
you're not going to get complaints. People already expect it. The credit card transaction fees, it's everyone's charging them now, so why not you?
Right. And why should other locksmiths not pay like you and other locksmiths are still paying, like they're pretty much wasting their money. Like, can you confirm that they are wasting their money?
This is a nice little money saver, and it's nice to have those deposits coming in.
Right. So, for your recommendation for the locksmith watching this right now, what would you suggest they do?
Switch over, man. You're going to save yourself some money, and hey, you may even make a little bit more money on tips.
Yeah, dude. Well, I appreciate you taking the time, Carlos, to do this. And I know you didn't have to do this. And I really appreciate it. And the guys that are watching this will appreciate it as well, because now you're going to help them make extra revenue and profits that they're losing every month. Some people could be paying thousands of dollars a month on the fees, and that can go towards a vacation or more equipment or whatever, even just to go out to eat with your girl or your wife or whatever, that helps there too. So,
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, we're here to help.
all right, man. Well, I appreciate the time. Muchas gracias, amigo. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, man. Take it easy.
You too.
If you'd like to get rid of the fees you're paying to accept credit cards and make free money with tips, give us a call at 888-756-9995, or you can visit our website at www.cashisking.cc or send us an email, info@profitspecialistgroup.com. Talk to you guys soon. Thank you.